Hey all YouTube, this is YouTube Review eating Chinese food, and today we're going to be doing the spoiler review for Kong Skull Island. I just saw it at 6 o'clock tonight, and I just got back from one of my spring break trips, so this is going to be good. Hot damn. If you saw the non-spoiler review, then you know that I've been eating Chinese food the entire time, and I have not gotten even through all my rice. I got sesame chicken with a ton of white rice. I wish I had wonton soup, but Chinese place is limited. So. Alright, let's get into my spoiler review. Prepare to be spoiled. If you like being spoiled, come here first. I will have to warn you that if you have not seen the movie and you don't want to be spoiled, turn this movie off, click rewind later, or click watch later, then come back. Because I like you. I want you guys to like my videos. I want you to subscribe to my videos. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I'm saying, I want you to eat this rice like this. If nobody knows what I was just doing, I was just shaking my jaw. Sorry, my camera is my webcam on my computer, so it's kind of not very good. I'm currently eating my fork because I forgot to put food on it. Alright, let's get into the spoiler review. Okay. I'll go through highlights, or I'll go through my initial thoughts, then highlights, then critiques, then my grade. Because in my Logan review, those videos were like 40 minutes long, and everybody was saying, you gotta cut them down! Too much, dude! Too much! And I was going like, yeah, you're probably right. Went a little bit overboard. But Logan, amazing movie. Kong, okay movie. Like Logan, I give A++. Kong, I give C plus B. Somewhere between a C plus and a B. Remember, that includes C plus, B minus, and B. Probably a B minus, somewhere in there. So yeah. Initial thoughts. Not the greatest movie ever, not the greatest monster movie ever. Definitely not exactly a monster movie, more of like a rescue mission movie with monster elements. Honestly, I thought the one that was made back in 2010, 2012, somewhere around that time was better. And in the movie, you'll see a lot of similarities between the two, like the old guy, the big fat guy, who like tricks him into going onto the island. You'll actually his character is similar to Jack Black's character. And like how they get him onto the island, the fact that he doesn't like tell people about what's on the island or anything like that. The girls, the girl who was taken by Kong in the King Kong movie, and the girl who's the photographer, you'll see some similarities between that. You'll see how she has sort of like somewhat of a connection to Kong like the other girl had, but not as like deep. Tom Hiddleston, you'll see, has similarities to what's that guy's name? He played a Houdini. He also played Jack. I'll think of his name eventually. But you'll see some similarities between a lot of characters. Samuel L. Jackson, similar character to the ex-soldier turned like poacher in the King Kong movie. So there's a lot of like similar characters, and it's written pretty similar. Travel through the island, gotta get rescued, yada yada. Though the story is kind of different. In Kong Skull Island, helicopters crash all over the place. They gotta regroup, get to the other end of the island to be saved by the ship that's outside. That's like on the coast of the island, outside the storm. The original movie, at least the one I'm familiar with, the King Kong movie, that is technically the original one, happened in the 40s, and I am not that old. As you can see, I know this beard adds on like 10 years, but still, I am not that old. Even though technically right now I sound like it because I sound like an old fart. Real quick, this is what an old fart sounds like. What, your grandparents don't fart like that? That's what happens to my grandmother after she eats my Thanksgiving turkey. Talk about your bean dip. Sorry, if you saw the non-spoiler review, you know I did voices. Logan didn't do them. Or Logan review, I didn't do the voices. This one, I'm feeling a little bit more energetic. Tom Hiddleston, I really liked. Honestly, I liked that he wasn't playing Loki for once. Like, I love Tom Hiddleston. I think he's like one of my favorite movies, or one of my favorite villains from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I feel like he was used too much a little bit, sort of. He was used in 1, 2, 3, 4 movies, I think. Let's see. Thor 1 and 2, Avengers, and he's about to be used in Thor Ragnarok. So. And I believe he's also in both Infinity Wars, if I remember. Anyway, I like the fact that Tom Hiddleston was doing a different character. I haven't seen him in too many things. I don't know if he's still up for grabs with James Bond, though. I love to see Tom Hiddleston James Bond because Loki's kind of like sort of like nutty, seriously funny. Crazy, serious, funny. I'm getting off topic again. Sorry. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Shut it. Anyway. Tom Hiddleston's character, he plays the tracker. He was really good. I really liked him. Samuel L. Jackson's character, his character kind of had the most development. Like, you saw that he was suffering from, like, what am I going to do now? At the beginning of the movie, like, you knew, like, he was a decorated war hero from World War II. He was a commander during Vietnam, and he was a little pissed because they decided to give up the war, yada yada. You sort of knew like what was going on with him, and when he got the mission, you knew, and he like really quickly said, "Yes, I'll go. Gives me something to do." Basically, you basically knew what was driving him throughout the entire movie. Like, Kong killed many of his soldiers that were under him, following him, yada. I don't know why I just said yada. And you saw how that really had an effect on him, and that event is basically what drove him through the rest of the movie, which made him go seek revenge on Kong. And it basically, you see how he slowly descends into madness. The girl's character, which I can't remember the actress who played, Brie Larson. That's it, Brie Larson. My God, she did pretty well. She was interesting. She wasn't like my favorite character, but she did play her part very well, and I really liked her being like one of like the main people. She was sort of like the voice of reason throughout. Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson were basically like the two voices of reason on an island of madness. They're basically like leading everybody. John C. Reilly, I believe, was the highlight of this movie. He was like the funniest person or the weirdest person. Like, he's like the #1 actor I would pick for a crazy awesome person. Like, he had a samurai sword and he like used that thing awesomely. He was the highlight character in my opinion. Like, Laura Dern Daphne Keane was the highlight character in Logan, even though Hugh Jackman was supposed to be, like, Daphne Keane was the highlight character, in my opinion. John C. Reilly, I believe, was the highlight character in Kong Skull Island. Like, his humor, his wit, his silly antics, stuff he was doing. It was all kind of funny. Like there was this like one line like, keep a sharp eye. Keep a sharp eye up too. Why? There's ants. Giant ants. There's one now. Sounds like a bird, but no, it's an ant. He had a lot of like really funny lines like that. Oh yeah, before I forget, Samuel L. Jackson. He actually made sort of like an homage or like sort of like a throwback line to Jurassic Park. Yeah, the original Jurassic Park. Like he says, "Hold on to your butts." That's like a throwback line to his character that got eaten in Jurassic Park. The computer guy that basically said, "Hold on to your butts." I found that really funny. It was kind of like an homage to an old monster movie, in a sense. I found that kind of neat, kind of pretty cool. What other highlights were there? You did learn a little bit of the backstory of some of the soldiers. Like you learned that this guy had a kid, and he really wanted to get back to him, but he had to do this mission first, real quick. This guy wanted to get back to his mom and create a better relationship with him. Like you got invested with the soldiers' lives a little bit, and I actually kind of like that because you're kind of like, yeah, we're a little touched when they died, got ripped apart in pieces, yada yada, yada 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 yada. Some of the fight scenes were really good. The CGI animation on the monsters and the creatures, I should say, really good. Like there was this water buffalo one. You got like when there was a close up to him, you could see the definition in his eyes, like the moss growing on his horns. You could like really see. The caterpillar one that looked like a log, that was interesting. But I think the best definition CGI was with Kong and the skull crawlers. Kong, you could like see that dirt on his fur, the blood on his fur. You could see like the red in his eyes, the plaque on his teeth. You could see all that definition, and it was really cool to look at, especially when you got like real up close, because they did a lot of freaking headshots with Kong, and you could really see like the pissed off look in his face. He was going, "Did you just do that?" No. He got that close. Did you just do that? No. So yeah. The Nightcrawlers, that was were interesting too. Not the best monsters to go up against. The definition on those guys were pretty cool, but one thing that really like surprised me is that they have no back legs. Seriously, take a mosasaur, take off its flippers, and add like long neck dinosaur legs with claws. That's basically what they look like, and they had like a really defined humpy backbone. That's exactly, they look like alligators with backbones. And no back legs, basically. They have little long ass tails. Also, I thought the time period in which they did was pretty interesting. Like, the time period that they did was that the movie really started on is literally the day the Vietnam War ended, and like the presidents and President, I can't remember exactly who the president was at the time, but he basically announced, we're going to stop the Vietnam campaign, yada yada, everybody's moving out, yada yada. And with the Cold War going on too, the fat guy who his name still escapes me, which is weird because I like him. He's a good actor. He basically said, "Okay, we just got these satellite images of this island that we need to get to, because in 3 days the Russians will be able to get this island, and you know as well as I know that we probably want to get there first." So they kind of used the time period to their advantage in the story a little bit, which I actually found pretty interesting at the time. Or pretty interesting to see, because they actually used sort of like sound logic in this one. Okay, now into my critiques. There are a fair bit amount of critiques. The problem with Logan is that it was very hard to critique anything because there weren't very many problems with the movie that I noticed. One or two things, but not very many. Okay. Biggest thing is that some of the scenes weren't very much well done. First scene, it looks like I could have done it on my computer very easily. Or the first scene looks like it wasn't very well shot, like it was cheaply shot. Like when John C. Reilly, the younger version of him, or the actor playing his younger version, like dropped in, it looks like he literally just like jumped off something that was literally just above the camera's point of view. Literally, he looks like he was standing like right where my hand is, right here, and just dropped like that. Looks like he was standing right here. And here's the camera line right here. It looks like he went like this. It doesn't look like it was very much well done. And at the beginning, you were kind of guessing like what happened because all you saw was like a plane crash and him in a parachute. You kind of had to guess, oh, he shot it. Somebody shot him down. And then you see a Japanese guy with a plane crash somewhere over there. And then all of a sudden, before you even know why or who the other guy is, John C. Reilly's younger self starts shooting at him. You don't even know why. They don't tell you why. They don't really know why. And yeah. So yeah, they didn't give you very much explanation as to what was going on, why it was happening, why this was happening, what it was doing. Yeah. And they also never really told you like how the Japanese plane got shot down, actually. You saw that John C. Reilly's younger self version got shot down, but if he got shot down, then how did the other guy get shot down? Because it didn't look like there was any other plane, because if there was another plane in the sky, then odds are they would have sent rescue. If so facto, plot hole right there. If there were more planes in the sky, odds are they probably would have sent rescue to John C. Reilly's younger self. Which means that either these two guys shot each other down and both of them lived, or something crazy happened and they were shot out of the sky by magic. Who knows? Anyway, other problems with scenes. When they have like the camera pointed at a helicopter or pointed at the inside of the helicopter, and then all of a sudden the inside of the helicopter, it looks kind of like a if you've been to Disneyland and you've been on the movies and you've been on the ride Star Tours, where you're basically in a room sitting in a chair and you're shaking while the screen in front of you is moving and showing you images and the seats are kind of reacting to like what's going on the screen. That's basically what like some of these like shots look like. When the helicopter was being picked up, the side of the helicopter you could see like the legs, the torso, the chest, and then all of a sudden you saw the head, and he was just going like picking it up like this, and you were basically able to see this and be able to see his face. It looked like a theme park ride shot, something like that. It looked like you were like supposed to be in the helicopter in a theme park, something like that, and the seats were supposed to be reacting, but they weren't. It kind of looked like that. It looked like you were looking at like a theme park ride movie, or theme park ride, sort of like scene, something like that. And it looked a little borderline unprofessional, in my opinion. It looked a little weird to me. It looked like it didn't. It looked like it didn't belong in a sense, or it looked like it was poorly done, or it could have been shot better, or it could have like been done differently. I don't know. The final fight scene between Kong and the giant skull crawler. John C. Reilly's character actually said, oh, this like giant skull crawler, it killed all the other Kongs in the family, meaning that this Kong is the only one left. They kind of like built up this like giant skull crawler so much, and then the ending fight, it seemed like it didn't seem great to me. It actually was sort of a letdown to an extent because it looked like the fight was easy. Like Kong could like easily kick this thing's butt easily. I keep saying easily too much for some reason, but that's how easy it was. It didn't look like Kong was in any danger too much, other than his hand got like swallowed, but then Kong ripped the guy's tongue out, killed him. The final battle, it wasn't great to me. It seemed like a little overhyped, in my opinion. Another thing is that this one I sort of saw throughout the movie from time to time. Like it looked like it either looked or sounded like scenes were missing or were cut, and nobody edited enough to make it like okay to which it won't be noticed. Like it looked like last minute director cuts or studio cuts from the movie were made, and the scenes before those cut scenes weren't like edited properly. Like with John C. Reilly's character, he actually set up a scene with the ants. Oh, the ants are in the trees, and they're oh, there's an ant in the distance, and then you hear rustling in the bushes when it's like light out, and John C. Reilly looks really scared, and then that scene ends, and then the next scene, Tom Hiddleston comes running in, and it's dark, and it sounds like they were setting up a scene to happen to where they would have to fight ants, which is a little weird in my opinion to an extent. And so throughout the movie, you'll notice like it sounds like some of these guys are actually setting up scenes to happen, and then nothing happens. So it's a little weird or odd, or a little out of place, something like that. But yeah, it actually kind of annoyed me after a while because, oh, this is going to happen? Sweet! This actually sounds pretty cool. Dang it didn't happen. It gets annoying after a little while to the point where I actually want to hit it. I actually want to hit somebody who made this. Dang it, I had another critique. What was it? Another critique. Some like background pieces of a scene were really out of place. And you definitely noticed it because the camera like immediately went somewhere else. Or like it looked like it tried to be edited at some point but didn't really get done. Like in the scene right before the big fight between the giant skullcrawler and Kong, you see the camera like panning across the valley looking at the river, and all of a sudden you see like an old pirate ship. Old wooden pirate ship. You can definitely make it out. It looks like an old pirate ship or an old 14th, 15th century ship, pirate ship design. And then all of a sudden the camera just like zooms away from it. Like they noticed it. They noticed that it looked out of place. And so they tried to get away from it, but nobody went back and edited it out. So, yeah, and that's not the only thing that's not the only thing you'll see. Like, you'll see, like, odd things in the scenes. Like, there was this, like, one little thing, like, in the pit full of, like, dead King Kong family bones. You'll see, like, a thing on the rock. It looked like, what was it? It was it looked like a modern day flashlight on one of the bones. It looked like somebody accidentally left a flashlight there. Nobody caught it, and it ended up in the shot. Nobody saw it in editing, and it ended up in the movie. And it looked really weird, really out of place, because that kind of like destroyed the time period, because that kind of flashlight didn't exist for at least 10 years after that. So it's just little things like that. Like, I don't think it was edited enough properly or edited oddly. Also, some of the humor was really dry, and you wouldn't really get it all that much. Like, some of the humor was a little, like, out of place and not needed. Also, if you watch the original like King Kong movie back from like 2010, 2012, not the black and white movie, the one that happened with Jack Black and everybody, you know that they did some things better, like bug scenes. There was only one bug scene that made it into the movie, maybe kind of two. It was a giant spider one and the grasshopper one, but the grasshopper one wasn't really nothing because the only thing it did was get shot at and then walk away. With the spider one, a little bit better, but in the King Kong movie back in the early 2010s, early 2000s, I don't know, it had like an entire bug scene where it looked like everybody was about to die by bugs, and a lot of people were dying through bugs and slugs and everything. With this one, you kind of didn't get that, and that bug scene, and that bug scene in the other movie, it really creeped me out. It really freaked me out. It made me really excited to see the movie again. This movie didn't have that, and I was actually kind of pissed. The natives. In the other movie, the natives were murderous, killers, really creepy looking. This one, not so much. The natives were friendly, and I actually did not like that too much. I wanted the natives to be weird, to be kind of freaky. I expected the natives to be going like, Tore Kong, Tore Kong. I expected them to be weird, to like bludgeon people with their hammers or something like that. I expected them to be like hostile to any extent. That did not happen. And I was actually kind of pissed off that it didn't, because some of the best parts of the other movie was like really awesome monkey, dinosaur fight with Kong, hostile natives, big bugs that would kill you. So yeah, I believe that the movie that they did back in 2010 and the early 2000s, that one was better by a long shot. Also, their Kong was fatter. That movie actually could have started the shared universe, but they had to kill off the monkey at the end. Damn you, Jack Black. So, nothing against Jack Black. I like him. He's a good panda. But yeah. So, overall, I would say this movie was okay. It wasn't great. It'll probably make its money back, but I don't think it'll get much farther than that. Hopefully, they'll do better or fix their mistakes in Godzilla vs. King Kong. I personally did not see Godzilla. Actually, I did. I did not like it too much. I actually did not like it very much at all. So this is 2 times out that this company has made a monster movie that I did not like. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, 2012 was Godzilla, so the King Kong must have been 2010. So yeah, that's my review on it. Overall, I give this movie a 75 out of 100 or 7.5 out of 10. It wasn't a great movie. It wasn't a terrible movie. It was an okay movie, in my opinion. So, yeah. All right. Now, I'm going to turn this video off. I'm going to post it on YouTube. So, this is YouTube Review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Look out for my next review, which will be probably Beauty and the Beast. In 2 or 3 days. I don't know when I'll be able to see it because I go back to school on Monday. So, I don't know. I got a lot of work to do before I go back to school. So, I don't know when I'll be able to see the movie, and I don't know when I'll be able to review it. But as soon as I do, hit that bell. That way you know. That way you know when it's up. So, for that movie, I'm not going to do a non-spoiler review because it's based on the original animated motion picture, Beauty and the Beast. Go see it. The only thing they did with this movie is turn it into live action and add like an extra couple of scenes. That's about it. That's all I did. overall, it's the exact same story. It's not like Sleeping Beauty's version or Cinderella's version fully. They didn't really like mess with the story but keep the message like they do with some other live action movies. They didn't like mess around with the thing too much. They basically kept it, as far as I know, the exact same thing, just live action instead of animated. They spent $100 million to turn an animated feature into a live action feature just to sell merchandise and tickets and make more money. That's Disney. So, alright, look out for that review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment, subscribe, and like, and I'll see y'all next time. This has been YouTube Review. See ya!